For this, I used 2 pretty small bulbs of onion and a few cloves of a few cloves of garlic. Ready for something? Of course, as I said previously, that soup is very customizable. So if you don't like garlic, don't put any garlic. If you don't like onion, don't put any onion. It's really up to you. That's the beauty of soup, really. That whatever you want, you can have it. So we're gonna move on to the sautéing process now. This water that I used to boil, you can just throw out because we won't be using it for the soup. Just throw that out. Rinse the pan a little bit. I did let it set, so it's not, of course, it's not boiling hot because that will ruin your pans if you do that. So you want to make sure that while you were cutting and everything, you let it set, you let it cool down a little bit before doing any pouring and rinsing and putting in any more other liquids. Now, I'm gonna get the saute pan. Now we're gonna have the pan heat up a little bit. Now I'm going to be adding some tomatoes to give us a little bit more acidity. And I'm using vegetable oil. So give it that, I don't know, almost extra bit of healthiness, I guess. So you want to just quickly chop these tomatoes. Not too small chunks, not too big. I usually do them in these sort of quarters. So now that we have our tomatoes chopped, we have the pan that's already pretty hot and ready to go. We just get our tomatoes, onion, and garlic. Just burn anything. So we're just gonna saute this. It will bring out the flavor, and it also helps that when you use vegetable oil, you get that extra kick, I suppose. So you just keep sauteing it until you get a nice sort of brown color. Make sure that that's thoroughly cooked. Brown color on the garlic. You could try to break up that garlic as you saute. And you also have to kind of take note of the smell. Once you start getting this pretty rich onion, garlic smell, that should tell you that that's enough. Now for those of you who would prefer to use anything like butter or olive oil or canola oil, of course it may not be as healthy as vegetable oil, but you can definitely use it if you want to. It's very important to remember that as you saute, even on a non-stick pan, you want to keep constantly moving that around because you don't want anything to get too burned. You want everything equally cooked. And that about looks enough. Now I'm going to pull out my chicken broth. Now this is something that I prepared yesterday, where it's simply, this is the soup from boiled chicken. Boiled chicken with a little bit of black pepper, salt, carrots, and some celery. So right now what I'm doing is I'm getting rid of a lot of that surface fat, because after making the broth you let it cool, right? And then so afterwards you refrigerate it, and by the next day it's ready for use.